Thank you, guys. Well, I had the honor of speaking at the Seattle version of this, and I had a red Solo cup in my hand, so I thought I'd continue the tradition. Right? Who am I to break tradition? My name is Josh Decker, the founder and CEO of Tagboard, and I represent an amazing company of 16 other people that I work with, and we've doing some really fun stuff.
You ready?
Yes, I am ready for this crazy fast. There we go, Tagboard. So again, Tagboard is located in Redmond. We are a hashtag aggregation and really fun startup. I'll get into what we do a little bit, but at first I want to tell you a little bit about myself and then tell you a little bit about the hashtag, which is at the heart of everything that we do at Tagboard. This is my beautiful family. They're what drive me. They're awesome, and I've lived in the Seattle area my whole life, born in Issaquah, lived in Redmond for 15 years, went to Whitworth College, now Whitworth University, I guess. She does, absolutely. So in 2007, Chris Messina, I told him to say that, tweeted out this, and this is how the hashtag started. He proposed adding the hashtag to the front of a word to make it more searchable and more indexable and to bring disconnected conversations together. But there's some problems with it. It's still kind of nerdy, obviously, siloed, and when people tweet with the hashtag or post it on Facebook or Instagram, they're still segmented and separated. And some of the other issues here is brands and marketers still aren't getting the advantages that they could be. So you see here the numbers don't lie. When people use a hashtag in their tweet, they do get an engagement increase with that. But if you use too many hashtags, you actually get a decrease in engagement. So it's all about finding the right balance with hashtag usage. Speaking of hashtag usage, wow, this is a really big slide. You can see here that the trend is that the hashtag is becoming the new call to action. It's what you see in commercials, it's what you see on billboards, it's what you see in Super Bowl commercials, and the URL is decreasing. The guy who invented the hashtag said this about us, that the hashtag's the new URL, that Tagboard is building the new browser. And that's a really meaningful and quite audacious statement to say, but it really gets to the heart of what we're trying to do is really provide a place for the hashtag to live. And that's where our platform comes into play. At its very simplest level, it's a real-time search engine that's free and open for anyone to use. Then we add powerful curation tools on top of that. And then over here, which what I'm blocking, we also have some cool display technologies. We pull in from, am I going fast enough? We pull in from all these awesome networks. We're adding more as well. And then we have our curation system and engine below that. And then we allow it to be displayed out and broadcast out in 4 different ways. At first, it's on our website, through our search engine, through mobile and website embedding, stadiums and venues, TV and broadcast, and then also app integrations. So we integrate the whole feed that you see on Tagboard into all these places. So first is our web stuff, and this is really the heart and the core of what we build. So thousands of people all over the world and companies have Tagboard embedded on their website. Some of the awesome logos that have been cut off here are among those. The Final Four is a good example of some of the large venues. We are Seattle Super Bowl champion Seahawks use Tagboard in stadium, Mariners as well, Major League Soccer, all of Major League Baseball, for instance, and things like Social Media Week and other big conferences. And then lately we've been doing a lot of broadcasts. We purchased a company called TV Interact. Many of you know Ginny Hogan. And BBC used us for the Scottish independence referendum recently, and just tonight, Huffington Post Live is using us right now for the election coverage. And this is some cool stuff too. We have companies using our feed to basically bring social content to where their fans and their consumers are, which is into their mobile apps. So we provide some really cool things here. King 5s use us. Dota 2 actually put us into the game. And really what we'd like to say is that it's one platform for every single fan touch point. And so it's really scalable, it's flexible, it's a lot of fun for everybody that's involved. It's easy to use. In fact, I think that's what the next slide talks about here. It's super simple. You search for a hashtag, you curate the content, and there's a bunch of really easy one-click ways to broadcast that content wherever you want it to go. It's just as easy as embedding a YouTube video on your site. In fact, we have WordPress plugins as well that you can use, that Jordan wrote up there. Good job, Jordan. And then it's like for live events like this one, it's an on-off switch for engagement. When we put Tagboard up on the screens in large auditoriums in front of audiences, we see an average increase of engagement of over 1,000%, sometimes over 3,000%. And this is our business model. We start with a free open product. We actually started this company trying to build something just for the end user for free. Of course, through the pressure of all the awesome companies that we work with now, we're offering both turnkey and obviously big price stuff as well. We've been really honored to work with some amazing companies. It's honestly, I can't even believe it. You know, we started the company about 3 years ago, almost to the day, and to look at the companies that we've been able to work with, it's been awesome. So I know that was a little bit sales pitchy, so I apologize. I owe you all a beer for that probably. But I do appreciate your time, and would really love to ask questions about, maybe if you have questions about starting companies or scaling it or hiring. I'd love to catch up with you guys afterwards and help you guys on your journey as well. So thank you very much. Go ahead.
So you're saying that the hashtag is the new URL, but if I give somebody a URL, I control the experience that they reach when they go to that URL. With a hashtag, that can get hijacked. What do you have anything that helps people sort of control that experience?
Well, certainly with our product, you have a version of it that's fully curated. So what we believe is that when the Seattle Seahawks are a great example of that. They have Tagboard embedded on their website, and they fully control that experience, and they're able to curate and promote the very best content, and there's no way for them to showcase the 50,000 tweets they get a day, right? But if they can showcase the top 200 or their favorite ones, what happens is when a user sees great content, then they try to really create great content themselves to try to get to that same level and get curated by the team or by the company. But what we really do is we really believe that no one can own the hashtag. The hashtag is for everybody, and it really is something for us, is that we focus on the curation and redisplay of that content in a safe form. In fact, we've had companies like Boeing who have used us when they've had big media scares, like fires on the planes and things like that, where they had a lot of reasons to not engage socially. They were able to use our product to engage in a safe dialogue that allowed them to promote positive messages and engage with their fans that way. Anybody else have? Go ahead. Absolutely. Yeah, I can't go into too much detail with that right now, but we have plans to do just that, to make, especially for when we're doing things like both the teams in the World Series were Tagboard clients, the Seahawks obviously through their Super Bowl run, and when you do things like BBC and other major clients like Nike using us internationally, they get so much content coming in by the tens of thousands that we're working on ways to make that kind of sift the best content to the top of the page and allow them to really not have to go through so much content to get the best stuff. That's a good question. Anybody else? When am we adding LO? Well, I signed up for LO like right away, but I haven't been back, so I don't know. That's a good question, though. Once our clients start asking for new networks, that's when we add them. In fact, we recently added Flickr because the San Francisco 49ers have a partnership with Yahoo, and we needed to integrate that for them. So for us, we listen to our clients, and when they come to us and when our clients start asking for LO, we will add LO. Go ahead in the back row. Well, our first client actually was the University of Washington. And Jordan was there since basically day one. He remembers this. We're just like any startup, we have Chartbeat open, and we're looking at Google Analytics, and we're like, oh my God, there's 17 people on the site. And you're like, there's 5 of us, so there's 12 people on the site. So we had this spike to like 1,200 or 1,500 people like in a few minutes, and we're like, what the hell just happened? And the University of Washington took off on their homepage a 300 by 300 square ad pointing to the Twitter search results for the game day hashtag and pointed to Tagboard. And that was the first time anyone externally really validated our idea. And it was without asking us, without talking to us. It almost crashed our servers. Actually, maybe it did crash our servers. I don't remember. But that's really been the way. In fact, over 90% of the business that we've closed to date has been inbound, and we haven't done hardly any outbound marketing or sales at all. So that's been the best thing about our story, is that people resonate with it, they see it, and just like the University of Washington, somehow they miraculously find us, and we have these great opportunities to work with them. Anybody else? Bueller? Anybody? One more? Here. We have 17 people right now, a few contractors as well. And well, that worried us for a very long time. As any company that deals with Twitter or Facebook content goes, we have formal partnerships in place with all the networks. In fact, we were the first company in our market to have to be granted the public content solutions badge from Facebook and Instagram. And we also have a direct formal partnership with Twitter as well. So for us, that's been has been a hurdle in the past. We've worked through that, and we have those relationships now. And I sleep a lot better at night now that we have those in place. But if anybody else is working in that type of area and wants some advice or wants to grab coffee with me, I'd love to tell you how we did it, or some of the tricks of the trade, and love to help other startups out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tagboard.
Thank you so much.